All right, guys, I know it's an interview, but this one's a little different. We're going to be talking about something that you probably don't know, and I wanted to bring kind of someone who has a lot of experience in a special project that's out now, the Glock series, about how a gun project, a licensed airsoft gun project, starts as one thing, as an idea, acquiring a license, working a deal, all the way to getting a final product out. And I've got a bunch of different licensed stuff in front of us. We got some HK stuff from different brands, different manufacturers. We got the Walther product here, PPQ, and we got the new Glock 17, just to kind of show you sampling. But we're going to focus on Glock because it's the most recent. And then I kind of wanted to get Cliff here to... I'm a little read in on how this works, but this is going to be good for you, everybody, to understand why it takes sometimes so long to get something from announcement of a new license to market and what it takes to do all that. So kind of explain to me, like, with the Glock, I think, because you guys, as much as people are saying it's been slow, have been extremely fast.
Yeah.
In this case, comparative to other licenses. So since it's so new, let's start with the Glock. Let's just talk about it and kind of explain to me what happens when you're trying to get a license. Let's start like, hey, I want to go win a new license because Glock is new to Airsoft is licensed. How do I start there and what happens?
So I've been with the company 10 years, and I think we started pursuing the Glock license about 8 years ago.
Wow.
So for that sense, it could take years to achieve and get a license that you want to obtain. Really just kind of depends on where they're at and what they want to do. With this, I'd almost kind of given up at one point, really to be fair.
Because Glock was really not interested in the airsoft world for a very long time. They were just like, we don't want to be a part of that.
Yep. And I think some things changed in the hierarchy of the company, and I think that changed over the last couple of years. And some people saw some of the law enforcement stuff come out here a few years ago, and then September 22nd last year we announced the license of Glock for consumers.
Right, and if you're watching this video right now, it is April 12th of 2018 and September 22nd of 2017. So we're talking about September, so October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So we're 8 months in, and you shipped yesterday.
Yeah,
your first
this week we actually shipped the first shipment of Glocks to all over the country. And those licensed Glocks are going to authorized Elite Force dealers pretty much throughout the whole company. We spread them out. Or the whole country. We spread them out so everyone got a little piece of them. So
not just getting concentrated in one location.
No,
Everybody gets a little taste, so everyone gets it. Okay.
So right now the demand's so heavy, we're going to, every shipment as it gets air shipped in, we're going to spread them out so they go out everywhere.
Thousands in, thousands out.
Yep, just in a few days. You have thousands come in, 2 or 3 days they're gone.
Wow.
And that's logistically, it's hard because also something we have to do with Glock that we've never had to do with licenses is we actually have to record every serial number of every gun. It doesn't matter if it's a Springer or it's a full blowback CO2 or green gas gun. So we record it like a firearm almost and keep track of when it was shipped and who it was shipped to even.
Wow, so to the manufacturer, not to the actual end user, but to the not the manufacturer, to the retail shop.
To the retail shop.
So if a retailer orders, let's say, 30 pieces of this, you have to mark down all 30 of those serial numbers right there, unique, that are on the outside of the box, and they say they went to ABC Airsoft in Anywhereville, USA.
Yeah, we actually have these little codes that go on the outside of the box that have all the serial numbers for all the guns in that box.
Okay.
So when they scan that scans those serial numbers to that order number and go to that customer. So when that invoices, that's the day it shipped, and that's where those serial numbers ship to.
Wow, so that's another extra step. So you guys have been talking for 8 years. You finally land the license. I'm sure you already had it arranged long before the September announcement.
Yeah, but here in the U.S., we didn't find out till just a few weeks before.
Oh, really? So you found, because if you guys don't know, you have Umarex, the corporate office is in Germany, and that's where everything's based. So a lot of you guys know Elite Force here in the United States, but it's Umarex USA, as we're looking at here. Decisions are made independently here. You guys kind of run autonomous, but from a licensing standpoint, it's global, so it happens at the Germany office.
Correct.
Really, most of that.
So it usually starts over there and then comes our way. And basically what was most important about this project is, Glock had to approve, where they're produced, which a lot of licensed partners don't, require, or don't demand on who it can be made through or anything like that, where they did on this project. So that took a lot of time and effort. Then it had to be approved by Glock USA and Glock USA legal team, which that took a lot of time and effort.
So not just Glock Germany or Glock Austria.
Yep.
You had Glock USA as well.
Correct.
So more paperwork.
Yes, a lot of paperwork.
More lawyers, I'm sure.
A lot of back and forth, making sure everything's correct. There was a lot of issues with non-Glock guns that weren't to spec. So you couldn't just use existing tooling. You had to make tooling modifications.
So if you guys don't know, tooling means making new molds or new things to create these parts. And I know that's been always the problem with the Glock replicas, the illegal ones or the unlicensed ones out there. Historically, they didn't always fit into the holster. They weren't one-to-one to the real Glock. So it was important to you guys that the final one was one-to-one that you could fit in the holster.
Yeah, we would get them in and go through them by dimension exactly. And they told us if it's not exactly one-to-one, it's not acceptable.
Wow.
So there was a lot that we were like, nope, it's not going to work. It's off spec. We need to retool this.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know, tooling, I mean, molds and stuff, some can cost upwards of $20,000 US, $50,000 US.
Sometimes even more.
Or more for a mold to make something.
And then to rework that tooling could take 2 to 3 months on top of that.
Yeah.
So for us to do this from September 22nd to now and make all those changes and make some of these improvements that were required by us, by our QC team and Glock's team, was very difficult.
Yeah.
Very, very difficult.
And then once the tooling's done, you now have to get into production. And all the components built. And then if you make a change on the outside, it might affect 6 or 7 different parts inside as well. So, oh wow.
Yeah. So it's a long process. We're going to be adding a lot of different variants. I'm hoping to have 12 to 15 total SKUs in the next 3 years.
Wow, so 12 to 15 different ones. It might be color changes, it might be model changes. So like right now you have the first release was the Glock 17 Gen 4 released today, as well as the Glock 19 Gen 3.
Correct.
So you can have maybe a different generation of the 17, let's say. You'll probably have maybe those coming.
I would say your popular models, we're going to have all different price points in different generations.
Okay.
So your 17 and 19 being the most popular, you're going to have non-blowback, you're going to have half blowback, you're going to have full blowback, green gas and CO2, and then you're probably even going to have what we call our deluxe, which will be CNC slides, steel components, coming in a firearm case.
Okay, so you're talking those are going to be a very premium price tag on those.
So then when you start looking at ones like the 34, we're probably only going to do the 34 in like a deluxe model.
Okay, yeah.
To make sense.
Because it's not as wildly popular universally as like the 17 or the 19.
Exactly. So your popular models will have different price points all the way down, probably even from a Springer all the way up to the deluxe models.
I did see the Springers at, I saw some of the lower cost ones on display at the UMREX booth in Germany at IWA last month when I was there. So I was like, oh, hey, here they are.
Yeah, it's such a popular brand. A lot of this is going to be purchased as gifts.
Yeah.
Fans of Glock. Glock's bigger in the United States than any other pistol manufacturer.
I mean, I have a 19 Gen 3, a real one.
Yeah,
so that's
70% of what we see on TV here in the U.S. is Glock. I mean, it's a very, very, very dominant brand, and so this is a big thing, and we had to make sure we got it right for sure.
So you guys, I know there's a lot of people talking, because this is kind of a way we wanted to do this video, about why is it taking so long? Because the original announcement was November. It was going to be September and then November release, which I was like, wow.
So the confusion there, so we took Germany's press release of November release. That's when they were going to try and expect to get some released overseas. And then we put in the press release in text saying end of first quarter 2018. Expected.
And everybody saw just the November date and was like, well, you said November, but it was Germany's going to try to get an early release in November. You were going to have following up.
Yeah, we're going to be months later. And a lot of it had to do with working with Glock USA and everyone to make that happen.
So in the past, I mean, you work some changes. You submit to a company like Walther, which is actually in-house now, so it's a little easier. Like HK. But with Glock's case, it's a big step further where every change you made required a couple different additional sign-offs, whether it be Glock overseas as well as Glock in the U.S.
At the end of the day, I think the end consumer is going to get a better product. The tighter these license companies get on dimensions and everything, the better replicas they're going to become. And also, they also focus on, the quality of the product. Are we getting returns? Can we make improvements, or are we required to make improvements? That stuff's very important.
Yeah. And another video for another day is your QC process.
Yes.
I actually would love to show people the difference of what Umarex USA / Elite Force does for QC, because you guys follow the air gun safety standards. You follow is it the ASTM?
ASTM, but then there's some other standards that they also follow too. But yeah, ASTM's are our main guidelines.
Which is something you really only see in the U.S.
So our QC process happens here. We also have employees that live over there that do the same process that sometimes keep shipments from leaving there if something's not quite right. So that cuts down on eliminates a lot of chances for bad product to make it through the circuit.
Right, because you have teammates that live over there. You have traveling team, and you also have the local team here. That's kind of like the last real stop to make sure everything along the way has happened. So, if you guys want to know, that's the life cycle. If you guys want to know what goes into the cost of making these, what goes into why it takes so long to get these things out, that's really what happens. And I think out of everybody, you guys probably, I can comfortably say this, probably have one of the most stringent and strict quality control in the industry.
By far. Sometimes it's very difficult, but at the same time, long term, it's better for everyone.
Because when a product is released, less chance of having an issue where people are upset with what they get, and at least because you get something you want to work.
If you think about Airsoft in general, 6-8 years ago, when the QC process wasn't tight.
Oh, God.
And you get all these new players buying an airsoft gun for the very first time, have a bad experience, and they may get out of airsoft. And that hurt the retention of airsoft players moving forward and growth of airsoft.
How many people have bought let's say a direct China-made gun? Even watching right now, how many of you guys have bought one and had it show up shipped from a retailer? Let's say you bought it online, you got it from an online retailer in the past maybe, and it shows up non-functional out of the box. Not something like one of these, not something here, but something that's a direct, not licensed, not branded, some kind of product. I know so many stories. I get so many questions on my Monday show. I bought this. It showed up broken out of the box. It's very common. So
it is, and I think if we can cut down on all that and take that to a minimum, it's never going to completely go away.
Well, no, these ain't too many moving parts.
Yeah, there's too many things going on. There are hand assembled. There are a lot of variables involved. It can happen. You get those comments on social media like, "Oh, this gun stinks because of this." Blah blah blah. That's one experience.
Right.
We're going to take care of you on that experience. If you have that issue, you just have to reach out to us as a company.
Yeah.
But we're going to cut that down as much as possible.
And that's something too. I know we probably should put this at the beginning of the video, at the end. If you guys do have an issue, especially if you're in the States, this video is really aimed toward U.S. airsofters. I know our first knee-jerk reaction, me too, I'm I want to go to social media, I want to get on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, do a YouTube video, whatever, or live stream, and my complaint or whatever. It used to be get on the forums. But literally, pick up the phone. See what kind of result you can get by calling the customer service line. Do that first. Go to the shop if it's under warranty, or go to the manufacturer if it's under warranty. Do that first. If you don't get what you're looking for, then have fun on social media. Go blast it out. But give the company at least one good chance to try to make things right.
And just so you know, there's a yellow card in every product that explains do not return to your retailer, with a phone number and an email where you can actually reach a live person to take care of your situation.
Yeah. It might be tomorrow morning. It may not be like Amazon.com where they have operators are standing by 24/7.
If you call them on Sunday, they're probably not going to answer.
Yeah, wait till Monday.
So you know, wait till Monday.
But do it. Try it. Seriously, try it out. If we just change a couple people's minds on that, you'll be, I think, really surprised at how responsive a lot of companies are. And you've got a call center in this building where we're sitting right here filming this.
Yeah, we have about 12 employees down there. That's their whole job, is to take care of consumers. And with air guns, airsoft guns, firearms, it doesn't matter. We handle it all.
Yep. So give it a shot. Try it before you go blasting on social media. Social media is permanent. The internet's very permanent. And if you have a positive experience, put the positive experience out there. I know we all like to complain. It's not that you don't see too many positive reviews. You always see the negative ones, right?
Yep.
Too. Anyway, just a little feature. It doesn't matter the company. Where I'm not saying just do it for them, but do it for whoever.
Yeah, for anybody, for sure, for any brand.
If it's a good experience with engaging with that company, talk about it. If it's not, but anyway, that's a different topic. I just want to kind of explain to you, and so you guys hear it from truly the source of what it takes to get these things to market, and we really did simplify this. Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot more complex with contracts and lawyers and
We could have went for hours plus on this easy.
Yeah, and then you're talking about each step, how many weeks it adds to it, waiting for someone else's approval or another approval here or a mold change. But give you guys an idea of why it takes so long to get a product to market and how fast, in reality, the Glock project hit versus other projects that have taken, well, I know some of yours that are 2 years almost.
It can be.
If it's not right. And that's what I do, as frustrating as it probably is for you, I do like that you guys don't put it out until it's right. So, kind of like Apple. Don't release it till it's right.
Yep, for sure.
Anyway, well, hey, man, thanks for letting me hang out, and I hope you guys learned a little bit of something, if this is something interesting for you, about it. And if you have more questions, Cliff is actually very active on social media. If you have more questions about this process, about QC, about how it works, about how licensing works, put them in the comment section down
I'll
below.
respond to you personally.
He'll be you'll look for the account. If you see like Elite Force responding, 99 times out of 100 is probably you.
Yeah, and on my YouTube, it says Elite Force Cliff. Actually,
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
so it's definitely him. So put him down there. I mean, this is your chance to get somebody to really answer your question and see, maybe you have something in your brain or whatever, and figure it out.
For sure.
I've just ruined his day now by putting him down there. He's like, great, I gotta watch your video.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right, guys. Until next time, go out, play some Airsoft, have some fun. But no matter what you do, call your freaking hits.
For sure.